From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, as we wake up this morning, the latest fire printers are from late last night, unfortunately. So these are going to be the latest. Now, as we go through the morning, because as you know, on the weekends, I only do two updates, one in the morning and one in the evening. If anything significant should happen with these fires, I will be on it. I'll let you know, and I will do some updates here. If I don't do them here on YouTube, you can check on Facebook, and maybe I'll have an update there as well. But again, I will be watching and monitoring these fires over the weekend, and should anything significant happen, of course, I will be the first to let you know. In the meantime, let's take a look at the latest fire perimeters as of last night, right, as we look at it early this Saturday morning. Here you can see the deep fire in Trinity County. And what we're seeing here is a general idea of your distance from these communities from the outward perimeter here of the deep fire. So we're about 14.8 miles to Coffee Creek, 10.8 miles to Trinity Center, Covington Mill approximately 6.6 miles, and for Trinity Alps Resort, 4.1 miles. Now we head south. Here's Highway 299. So of course a much farther distance here, looking at 12.3 miles to Weaverville, and both Junction City and Helena about 13.6 miles. Let's take off to the north and west in Del Norte County. You've got the river complex here. So you've got several fires here within the vicinity. So what I did is I took the perimeter that's closest to any of these towns to give you an idea. All right, so 6.1 miles to Smith River, 15.8 to Crescent City, about 10.6 to Hiauchi, and there's Gasquet about 6.4. All right, now we take you down to the south. Off to the east, this is also the Smith River complex. This is one, as you know, was over Highway 199. And if you look on social media, you'll see some of the damage to the highway. But that's why it's closed, obviously. 1.5 miles from Idlewild. We take you to the south now, and we're about 7.9 miles Orleans from the Red Bluff complex. The Bluff complex, The Lone Pine Fire, right here, there's the perimeter. The south perimeter of it is about 4.9 miles from Willow Creek, and the west perimeter is about 2.5 miles from Hoopa. Now we take even more to the south, and you can see the Pilot Fire, 5.5 miles from High and Palm. There's the south part of the perimeter right here, 12.4 miles from Mad River and about 9.5 miles from Dinsmore. Smoke. These fires are producing a lot of smoke, as you know, especially if you live in Trinity County, especially the inland areas of Del Norte, Humboldt counties, western Siskiyou County. You know what I'm talking about. The outside perimeter, though, you'll notice it's not really seeing a lot of smoke transporting elsewhere, with the exception of Oregon. Oregon has been getting some of this smoke, but the Sacramento Valley really not getting much smoke out of this. Maybe some haze, a little smoky at times in the morning, but that's about it. So there you can see some of the main fires here producing the bulk of the smoke that we're going to be looking at here over the next few days. Now keep in mind, the density of that smoke, just how dense that smoke is, will really depend on the activity with these fires. All right, so here's the deal. More thunderstorms, more lightning strikes are in the forecast here throughout the weekend for everyone in the mountains, including the inland areas. This is going to continue today and, of course, tomorrow afternoon as well. But we do expect, and I am seeing down the line, seeing less activity here for next week. So let's just kind of get through these next few days and hope for the best, and then hopefully we can start to get some of that relief. Now, there will be a big drop in the temperatures going into next week, and you're going to like that 7-day outlook, and you're also going to like that trend that I show you for Weaverville. We've got a much cooler temperatures inland for all of next week. So the heat we've been experiencing, that's a thing of the past, and will be a thing of the past. All right, so here you can see for the inland areas, still hot today actually though. About 98 degrees for the inland areas, showers, maybe some thunderstorms. And then for the coast, for today, you're looking at dry conditions, but looking at Futurecast, you'll see that maybe some activity tomorrow. So here's a look at Weaverville, Hayfork, Lewiston. Could see an isolated thunderstorm. Temperature still pretty warm in the mid-90s. Now we look at Futurecast. Here we are at about 1 p.m. today. The showers and thunderstorms are beginning to develop, but should be dry the first half of the day for everyone. Now we take you into 5 p.m. today. Most of the activity is again off to the east. Now we take you into the overnight hours and into Sunday. This activity you got to watch because this is actually a disturbance that's rotating around the area of high pressure. And by 9 a.m. Sunday, it's just hitting Trinity County, excuse me. Northern portions of Trinity County seeing some rain, maybe even some lightning strikes there. You can see that's possibly for a thunderstorm or two. This will progress eastward and hold on. And in fact, even intensify in some areas for Trinity County. This is noon tomorrow. Now watch this. As you know, you got the county fair going on south of Eureka and Ferndale, right? You might get a little bit of rain as we go through the afternoon on Sunday. I don't anticipate it to last all day long or being one of those things where you think to yourself, I'm not going to go because it's going to rain. No, it's not going to be a lot of rain. It actually might be refreshing to be out there with some of that rain. That's 5 p.m. on Sunday. Looks like some pretty strong thunderstorms in northern Trinity County, not to mention getting close to the inland areas as well. All right, let's take you on into Sunday night. It dries out. But what you're not seeing on this is this. Look at all of that rain. This is what I was talking about with Hurricane Hilary, and this right here is the remnants from that. This is heavy rainfall. Now, it'd be nice if we could get some of that to come over here and dump rain all over the fires. No lightning strikes, just rain would be nice, right? But unfortunately, this rain is heading northward, and we're really not going to get much out of it. So here's a look at Hilary. You can see as it moves northward, it will lose strength because it's going to get into the colder waters of the Pacific. That's a good thing because it's going to mean less damage for Baja Peninsula, not to mention Southern California. And we're talking damage, of course. Let's talk about the swell along the coast. So that could create some flooding along the coast. The heavy rainfall, localized flooding. Could see some mudslides, debris flows. The gusty winds, creating some wind damage, especially in the Baja Peninsula. That's where the winds will be strongest. Now, Southern California, also potential for some wind damage, but it's flooding. That's the bigger concern. And mudslides, debris flows. As it moves northward, it'll be a tropical depression. And again, as I mentioned, the rain associated with it's just not going to bring us much. So there you can see over Southern California, this is taking you into Sunday. That's where the heaviest rainfall is. And then it works its way northward, heavier rainfall into Nevada, but unfortunately not much for Northern California. Remember I was saying you didn't like that temperature trend for Weaverville? We'll take a look at this. Yeah, it's warm today. Tomorrow, it's cooling down a little bit. That's nice, 88, but look at this. 82, 81, Monday, Tuesday. That is nice. I mean, talk about refreshing, right? And then upper 80s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, so let's take a look at the wave heights. And yeah, they're increasing here. 10 to 11, even upwards of 12 feet as we take you this afternoon, and not to mention Sunday afternoon. So boating, just be aware of that. You've got to be on your boat here over the weekend. Here's a marine forecast for your Saturday. Northwest winds at 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the northwest at 9 feet at 9 seconds. And from the west at 4 feet at 12 seconds. Your low tide this morning at 8:26 and your high tide will be at 3:13 this afternoon. And of course, the alerts are basically just the high seas out there. So here's what we have in store for us. Temperatures will be in the 90s, low to mid 90s for places like Trinity Center, about 90. Thunderstorms in the afternoon. We may see a stray thunderstorm make its way as far east, as far west as eastern Del Norte and Humboldt counties. Otherwise, some scattered showers, upper 90s there, and in the mid 60s for the immediate coast. Here is your 7-day outlook. All right, so for Crescent City, what I've done here is I've included a chance for showers on Sunday. You saw that on Futurecast, that disturbance passing through. We could see some showers along the coast by midday and into the afternoon. Now, with the remnants of Hurricane Hilary off to our east, we can't rule out a chance for some showers on Monday. We're going to wait. If it shifts a little bit more to the west, we have a better chance. If it shifts more to the east, most likely it'll be dry on Monday. But we'll have to kind of wait and see at this point. For Hoopa, Weaverville, inland areas, and Weaverville in particular, you got isolated thunderstorms today, and not to mention tomorrow, and then maybe a chance for Monday, and maybe even into Tuesday of next week as well. As I mentioned, it all depends on what the remnants of Hilary really decides to do. Looking at your 7-day outlook for Eureka, again, I've included that chance for showers Sunday afternoon. And then Monday, I've also included that chance for showers, as I mentioned, but it all depends on what that hurricane or the remnants of the hurricane decides to do. And then if we've got those mid to upper 60s for your daytime highs for Tuesday through Friday of next week.